In this episode of Alphabet Movie Collection, I'm going to share some movies from my collection starting with the letter A. Hey, it's me, AP, aka Mr. Movie Cheer, and welcome back to another video, and this is the first video in the Alphabet Movie Collection series. I'm hoping to do the whole alphabet in this new series. It's going to be fun. Basically, I'm going to go through my collection behind me. I'm going to pick out movies, and every episode I'm going to do a different letter. Obviously, start off with the letter A, and I'm going to pick out 6 movies from the collection starting with the letter A, and they're going to be some of my favourite movies in the collection. So let's get to it. And I'll just say, I am going to do every letter. I tell you what, it's going to get hard when it gets to the letter X. I do not know. It's probably going to be all of the X-Men movies, all of them X-Men movies. That's just gonna be a cheat code. So you know when we get to the letter X, it's gonna be X-Men, and when it's Z, it's gonna be Zulu and Zoolander. At least they're gonna be definite starters in the collection. But anyway, let's get to the letter A and let's check out these movies. So the first movie I'm going to discuss is Argo, starring Ben Affleck, Bryan Cranston, Alan Arkin, and John Goodman. The plot of Argo is basically there's this Iran revolution and there's a US embassy in Iran and the CIA have got to get them out, and Ben Affleck works with the CIA and he decides to go in there, but they try to do this like crazy plan where they go in and they pretend they're doing like this movie. So they kind of like make this fake movie, and they do all like these press conferences and get scripts and stuff like that, and they pretend that the US embassy workers who are in this embassy building in Iran are film crew members, and that they were already there for quite a while before like this revolution took place. And then Ben Affleck goes to there, and it's just this really, I think it's a true story as well, which is pretty cool. But it's a really good movie. He directed this as well. I think it won Golden Globe winner and Best Picture. I think it won the Oscar, didn't it, for the Best Picture as well. Superb movie, a really fantastic film, and I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck. I think he's great. I think his Batman was amazing, his Batman incarnation. But yeah, this is a really good movie. It starts with the letter A. It begins this Alphabet Movie Collection video today. Argo, well worth checking out. The next movie I'm going to discuss is A Fistful of Dollars, starring Clint Eastwood, one of the Man with No Name trilogy, along with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and a few dollars more. I like all of these movies. I'm a big fan of that trilogy in particular. I think it's fantastic. I think they're very different from like other type westerns, like John Wayne westerns, spaghetti westerns. These ones have got their own type of feel to them, and I think Clint Eastwood is just great in the role. The music from I always forget his name now. It's not Sergio Leone. He's the director, isn't he? Ennio Morricone. That's it. Ennio Morricone. He done the score for that. That would have really bugged me if I couldn't remember his name. But it's a really good western. I think for me the best one in the trilogy is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's still my favourite one, but this is a great one, and the other one is also really good as well. A Fistful of Dollars. The next movie I'm going to discuss is Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy, starring Will Ferrell. A really great cast. You've got Will Ferrell in it, you've got Steve Carell, Paul Rudd. Fantastic fun cast. It's a comedy movie. Basically, he is like a TV anchor, and it's just this bit bizarre story. He loses his job, and then he's got to get his job back and help his news team members. It's just a comedy. It's just really funny. I didn't mind the sequel, but the original for me was just all out laughs. It was superb. I'm a big fan of Will Ferrell. I like a lot of his movies. I think he's a really funny guy. This is just, I'm trying to think of some of my favourite moments with this. There's so many, I think like the fight scene at the end with the birds, that's pretty good. I think when they're going in the fight as well, the fight scene with all the other news anchors, that's a fun scene as well. Really good one. But there's tons of moments. It is a really good comedy movie. Anchorman, top pick in my comedy shelf. The next movie, beginning with A, is Alice in Wonderland. The one starring Johnny Depp, the Disney live-action remake of the Alice in Wonderland story and the book, the movie. I really like this. I'll be honest, I like both of these movies. The sequel is really good and kind of really underrated, the sequel. So well worth, kind of like a side tip though. Check out the sequel. I think it's Through the Looking Glass. That is a really fun movie as well. But the first one is, this came at a time where Johnny Depp was really at a high of stardom. You know, he was doing the Pirates of the Caribbean. That kind of like kickstarted it all. He done the Willy Wonka and he done this. And it kind of felt like Johnny Depp was in everything at the time. Johnny Depp and Robert Downey Jr., them two guys were just all over the place. They were like the peak, you know, they were the top guys for quite some time. But yeah, I really like this movie. I think it's a really fun. I'll be honest, I remember watching, I'm sure I've watched bits of the original one as a kid, but I can't really recall it being good. I don't have like fond memories of it. I mean, like, when I think to Disney movies as a kid, it was always like The Lion King, maybe a bit of Jungle Book, but maybe Lion King was like the one, maybe 101 Dalmatians, but like the likes of like Bambi, Alice in Wonderland, what were the ones what I wouldn't have watched? Like, there was definitely other ones that I wasn't like. Pinocchio, as again, I can't really recall seeing that, and Dumbo. Yeah, so this is a really good live adaptation. I really like this movie. Tim Burton directed it as well. It's, you know, you expect a Tim Burton movie, you get a Tim Burton movie with this film. A really good watch, and it's just I love that going into that world of just like this weird world of Alice in Wonderland. It's great. It's a really fun movie, and it's a good one that begins with the letter A. So the next movie I'm going to discuss is Star Wars: A New Hope. I know you're probably saying I'm cheating here, but I'm going by A New Hope as like like the actual subtitles, if you like, or the side title. I don't know what you'd say it is. You know, if I was going to say A Rise of Skywalker, it would start with the letter R. I'm going to say A New Hope, and it's a Star Wars movie. That's, you know, if you call me a cheat, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I'll apologise in advance, but I will say I did have a few other movies starting with A to begin with, and I was thinking, I was going through these other movies, and I was like, how can I not mention this? For one, it's one of my favourite movies, A New Hope, and I felt like it had to go in this list of movies starting with the letter A. I couldn't not leave this off the list because I'm a big Star Wars fan. The first movie, this one, obviously Episode 4, has always been my favourite, even over Empire. I think it's just a wonderful movie. That introduction to them characters, to the world of Star Wars as well. And I love seeing the beginnings of them characters, and to see Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi here, I think he's a standout for me in this. Seeing Darth Vader for the first time, it is phenomenal. It is fantastic. And I'm not taking anything away from any of the other movies, but for me, this just, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. It's a really good movie. I'm saying it begins with the letter A. You may say differently, but you know what? For this video, I'm gonna let it slide. I hope you do as well. A New Hope, Star Wars. So the final movie beginning with the letter A is American Pie Reunion, or I think it was called American Reunion in some places. I actually struggle with saying the word reunion. It kind of comes out reunion. I don't actually say reunion properly. It just kind of comes out as a growl. But yeah, this is a great movie. This is the fourth one in the mainline series. I know they've done a few spin-off movies, but this sees all the characters from the American Pie movies from the original ones return. In the third one, American Wedding, some of the characters didn't feature. I can't remember the characters' names, but there was I think there was like 3 or 4 characters from the first 2 movies that didn't feature in that third movie. So it was like a coming together of all them original characters from the first 2. And it was fun. It was a really fun movie. I mean, standout characters, Stifler, Jim is hilarious, Jim's dad. I think all these movies have been really fun. I have seen some of the spin-offs, and some of them are okay, but the mainline ones are really funny. I think this one's great. I think the American Wedding one is really funny as well. I honestly can't say a bad thing about the American Pie movies. They're comedy movies, you know, don't expect anything more than a comedy, but they're just absolutely, I laugh. I just absolutely laugh my pants off when I watch them movies. I think they're ace. American Pie Reunion. I know I didn't say it probably that well, but yeah, it is beginning with the letter A, and it's the final movie in Alphabet Movie Collection for today. So I just want to do a bit of a final roundup of these movies today. I'm just going to pick out two my favourite ones. I think Argo is certainly one well worth checking out. I really like this movie. I'm going to have to give it a rewatch as well, just looking at it now. And A New Hope, definitely one of my favourite movies of all time. It's two superb movies here, and I think, both beginning with the letter A, even Star Wars, they are really great movies, well worth watching if you've never watched before. I'm sure a lot of people have watched Star Wars and New Hope by now, but maybe Argo is one out there that a lot of people maybe still haven't watched. So if you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. So that is it. The first edition of Alphabet Movie Collection is over. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. I just want to also say a big thank you to you for supporting the channel, for the podcast. All of your support is greatly appreciated. I just want to say as well, what are your movies starting with the letter A? Give me a few movies, some of your favourite movies starting with the letter A in your movie collection, or some of the movies you just enjoy watching starting with the letter A. Let me know all your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the movies I picked out as well. Do you think A New Hope begins with the letter A? Let me know your thoughts on that as well. Or did I cheat? Did Movie Cheer cheat? Let me know all your thoughts, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for watching this video today. Remember to spread a bit of movie cheer, and as always, I will see you next time.